Good morning, ladies and gents. I was reading the verse of the day today. It's Galatians 6:9. And so we must not get tired of doing good, for we will reap at the proper time if we don't give up. And there's some of the versions that, talk about how doing good and basically serving. What we do is a service. What we bring is a part of ourselves. But if we are not doing things to give us endurance and longevity, things like getting sleep, eating the right things, discontinuing or having boundaries put up with those toxic relationships, maybe leaving a toxic job or making some changes to where it's not as toxic as it once was. Those are the things that'll make us weary, to where we get tired of doing good. We become complacent. We become callous. We become desensitized to the people that we should be doing good for. And if we're not dealing with those demons, we will grow weary very quickly. Very quickly. And we're called to do good, because in the proper time we'll reap the benefits. But if we're not doing what we should be doing to help us run the race, to help us fight the battle, we won't last. You might get through breakfast. Maybe. You got to put on that armor. You got to be ready to fight. You have to be ready to battle every single day. Because think about what you're getting into. You're fighting the temptation to eat the wrong stuff. You're fighting the temptation to live a sedentary lifestyle. You're fighting the temptation to have a poor attitude at work. You're fighting the temptation to be lazy. You're fighting the temptation to do the wrong thing when nobody's looking. Now, I know that sounds cliche and maybe even trivial, but think about it. Think about what you're really doing. So every day is a fight. We must not get tired of doing good. And if we're not preparing ourselves to fight, you will get tired, you will get beat down, and you'll have a harder time getting up. It's not impossible, but it will be more difficult. And that's where we come in. Your brothers and sisters in arms that are there to help you, but you've got to reach out. You have to take the first step and say, I'm in a bad situation. I'm in a bind. I was not prepared, and here I am. Whether it's you overdosed last night, whether it's you got into a bunch of messy relationships or an addiction with pornography that's put your marriage in a spiral. Whatever it is, maybe you can't stop eating garbage and now you've gained 50 pounds in the past 6 months, and it's threatening your flight weight if you're a flight medic or flight nurse. Whatever it is, look at it, take ownership of it, take ownership of of where you are, and make the decision to stop the crazy cycle, to get off the crazy train and start doing things so that you can not grow weary and do good and serve in the capacity that you were made to serve and made to do good. We were made for good. We were made to do good to others. That's ingrained in you. It's ingrained in each one of us, and each one of us does it differently. That's the beauty of it. We each have our own fingerprint in this world, physically and relationally. Don't dismiss the importance that you have to use that fingerprint, to use your life for good, by growing weary because of the factors, the demons that want to tear you down and kill your fight. So be motivated today, not just because it's Monday, but because you have life and you have an opportunity to do good to those who may be in a rough spot. Maybe they're not in a rough spot, and you're just passing along what you've been blessed with. And that's even more of a blessing. Be savvy, stay safe. Motivated Medic out.